Huh. What up? What up? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Late Night with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka Brooklyn Dad. First off, I need to make sure you guys can hear me a-okay. Just give me a shout out there. I see Veronica Tello, Bernadette, W.J. Rasmussen. Want to make sure you guys can hear me and the music. Can you guys hear the music? Okay. Music too loud? What's up? Joe Paulette from back in the day. That's what's up. Hey, Diane London is there. Kimberly Moss. The ABX girl. Whoa. Okay, Trump Reaper says she can hear both. That's very good. Carol Lowe. Welcome. Cindy C. Up in the place to be. All right. It says music just right. Welcome, you guys. It's been a long time. I said I was going to not let too much time pass, but alas, I have failed. But anyway, I hope I have some good content for you guys tonight. We're about to find out. There's some things happening, some big things, some not so big things, mostly big things. Let's change the perspective there. Title for tonight, we've got Beetlejuice, Bobo, Gaetz, no evidence impeachment. So let's just do a quick review of our topics here. Bernadette says, I hear you a bit of an echo. That damn Karen is here. Welcome to that damn Karen. We got that damn Alaskan is here too. That damn Karen and that damn Alaskan, both here in the same spot. Okay. Where are we going here? Okay, so Lauren Boebert was kicked the hell out of a she was kicked the hell out of a musical because she doesn't know how to act. Okay. And Matt Gaetz is not happy with the current Speaker of the House and is looking to make some changes. And last but not least, Kevin McCarthy. What happened here? I lose my hang on. 1 second. It looks like I lost my PowerPoint. What is this? Give me 1 second, you guys. I lost my PowerPoint for some reason. Something went wrong. Try again. Let's see. Can I add it here? Is this it? Oh, what do you know? There it is. Okay. Yeah, Kevin McCarthy is unhappy with the current leadership in the White House, or so he thinks, and he's looking to make a change as well. Sherry Scary in the place to be. Sorry about your Chiefs the other night. Sorry. Let's see. And Fox Hill Dreams is here. Okay, so I'm going to continue, but before I do, if you are new to the show, welcome. Please remember to hit the subscribe button. Also the like, the thumbs up, the thumbs up button. It looks like this. Hit that because it helps the channel, helps us create more of this stuff, etc. Just do it. Costs you nothing. It's free. Okay. First things first. I resisted for a very long time in jumping in with the rest of my fellow influencers, I guess you could say, with that purple button, the purple subscriber button, and I'm sure you've seen it. We've all seen the purple subscriber button. And first I was like, what? Why? It's just, I didn't understand why. Why would anybody, first of all, why would anybody pay for a free site? And that's number one. And number two is, why would anybody sign up for like extra assignments? It would be me creating the extra assignments. Well, very good question. I'm glad I asked it. There are plenty of websites out there. Most of the websites out there are free. And then if you're a subscriber, you get extra bonus content. Now, is that bonus content worth it? Depends on what the subscriber price is. So I decided, let me give it a shot. What's the worst? The worst that could happen is nobody signs up. And actually, that could also be the best thing, because I don't like necessarily doing extra work. But as it turns out, I'm pretty good at it. Basically, I have told you guys in the past what I had wanted to do, what I want to accomplish partly with this show, was to share my tips and tricks on how to add followers. And it's not like an easy peasy, you press this button and you immediately get like 1 million followers. That ain't happening. It's a process. And yours truly, I happen to know that process. By the way, those of you who are moderators in this group here, if you see people out there saying nonsense like, why would anybody sell their kids for crack? Brian Sharp, let me say your name, Brian Sharp, because that is some stupid shit. I've never sold my kids for crack. No. I have admitted publicly that I did sell their toys 20 years ago when I was out of my mind on drugs. And yeah, I felt bad about it. And the only reason you know about that is because I talked about it, because I'm better, right? So, yes, Trump Reaper, he isn't very sharp. So you saw something somewhere that said, the Brooklyn dad sold his kids for crack. No, actually, my oldest son is an engineer. My middle son is a teacher. My youngest son is a scientist. He's actually been on the show with me a few times. Yeah, none of them sold. And the other two kids, they live here with me at home. Isn't that nice? So, go fuck yourself, buddy. All right, where was I? The subscriber thing. Yeah, so I've decided I'm going to give this a shot, and I'm going to be teaching people how to grow their followers and how to make their tweets more impactful, how to get more likes and retweets and create more engaging content. Why is that important? Well, because, like it or not, we've all complained. Thank you, Kimberly Moss says. Kimberly says, you don't have to explain yourself to these jackasses. They are disgusting. Yes, they are. Thank you for that. Like it or not, there are some good things and some not good things about the site formerly known as Twitter. One of the bad things about it is that he is allowed more disgusting, nasty trolls onto the site. And it just is what it is. I've mostly muted them. So by the time I get to my replies, I'm seeing a whole lot of muted comments. One of the good things, I will admit, one of the good things is that they are beginning to pay creators on the site. And that's important. I think everybody who's spending any significant amount of time on this site, if you can make a buck, why not? Why not? In fact, here's the deal. A few months back, maybe it was, I don't know, 6 or 8 months ago, I was busy. I was busy blocking ads. I was blocking all these ads. And I was like, God damn, these ads are everywhere. Lo and behold, like 3 to 5 months later, I think it was Brian Krasenstein posted a tweet saying that Twitter paid him $25,000. And my jaw dropped. And I was like, what? What? I was like, wait, unblock. Unblock. I can't even find all of the companies that I blocked, unfortunately. But yeah, so that's the thing. So the ads that you have, we are putting up with in our replies and on our page, if you jack up your impressions to 5 million impressions in a month, then you too can get ka-ching. You can get paid. So I'm helping people who want to boost their impressions and people who want to, get paid from from these advertisers. Why not? Seriously, think about it. If you're sitting watching TV and just for watching a commercial, you could get money, why wouldn't you? Right? So the catch is I was unable to cash in at all. And still, so far, I have not cashed in yet because up until last Friday, I had no ads. No ads on my page. Not on my page, not on my replies, nothing. No ads. Because I was deboosted. Because I was busy engaging with people like a Brian Sharp, who may or may not have been deboosted himself. So here's a lesson for you. If you do not want your account to be deboosted on Twitter, when you are scrolling through replies and you come to a thing that says show more replies, everybody who's in the show more replies is deboosted. Don't touch those. Don't touch them. They might even be friends of yours. They might be people that are you're cool with, that they're not nasty trolls, but they may have gotten deboosted, right? So I will say this, I know for a fact that Bernadette is not deboosted because I see her in my replies quite frequently. Hi, Bernadette. Yeah, I see her all the time, so she's not deboosted. If you happen to see anybody who's in that show more replies, they've been jacked. And if you reply to them, if you like a tweet, if you retweet a tweet of theirs that's in that show more replies, you will be deboosted. And that means that if you don't care about ads, about, being able to have your account monetized, hey, Punxsutawney Mo, what's up, my friend? If you don't care about the monetization, then, engage to your heart's content. But if you care about that, stay away from those, all right? Now, where did I learn that? I learned that from two very generous guys by the names of Shane and Brock. And let me just get their stuff up here now. So this is Shane. Shane goes by the handle Choose Good Karma. Let me tell you, this guy Shane is a nice brother, really solid, nice brother I was introduced to by Angela Bell Camino, right? She introduced me to Shane. And Shane actually wrote a really nice thing about being a parent or whatever and gave me a shout on that. I love that. It was really nice. More importantly, Shane and his buddy Brock over here, Brock Pearson, his handle is at Brock Pearson, Pierson. Shane and Brock are two Twitter gurus. They know this thing the way a mechanic knows his way around an engine. Okay? And they spent, I don't know, a week or 2 weeks, like digging their hands into my account. I had to entrust them with access to my account so they could get in there and just delete all of my offending, a lot of offending replies and tweets. There were, I don't know, hundreds, maybe thousands. There was a lot of them. Hey, Samantha Hawkins is here. Crystal Waters, Luciel. Hey, Brock is here too. There's Brock. What's up, my friend? That's Brock right there. So if you're not already following Brock and his good buddy Shane, that's Choose Good Karma, make sure you follow these guys. Get to know them before they're famous, right? They spent way too much time researching this stuff. These are two very good brothers. They fixed my account so that now I can get ads. Why am I excited about that? When before I was blocking advertisers, because now it makes a difference. Now, I can hopefully I can be monetized by those ads as well. So pay attention to them. I'm currently subscribed to both of them, to both Shane and Brock. It's definitely worthwhile. They often have these spaces. Where is it? Spaces. Now, up until a week ago, and I'm still not 100% sold, I was not a big fan of spaces. I'm still not a big fan. I'm 100% honest. Not a fan of spaces. To me, it reminds me too much of a conference call. And I never liked conference calls when I was at work. I felt like it was the most unproductive thing. Like I could be designing my shit. Why do I have to sit on this call? But Spaces is different. Spaces, you get to hear people's voices behind the tweet, so it's kind of different. It's different, very different. And Shane and Brock both explained to me that when you engage in spaces, it helps expose you to different followers that you might not necessarily have had access to previously. So I say all that to say, if you have an opportunity, if you haven't been already, and I'm sure you guys have, because I'm proud to say that a lot of you guys, my followers, are very smart. I have a very smart audience. Just in case you guys didn't know, I'm letting you know now. Hello, Tanya Val. I see you there. Tony Mo is saying it had over 800 on the one he and I had. I'm guessing that's a good number, but I will eventually be doing these spaces too. I'm going to start off slow with only my subscribers. I'm going to do spaces, and then eventually I'll do bigger ones, I guess. Yes, Alaska Cindy, you guys are legit. Okay, so let me keep this moving forward. Just remind you guys, make sure if you're not already following Shane and Brock. Shane is at Choose Good Karma, and Brock is at Brock. Is it Brock Jacob? Just Brock Pearson, Pierson. Follow them both, great guys. Yesterday was 9/11, and as I was speaking about my oldest son, there's my oldest son, Majid, and we went to the movies to celebrate his birthday. Not yesterday, but on Sunday. When 9/11 first happened, back in 2001, he was young. And we were devastated. devastated. Everybody was devastated. But I think, I spent the whole entire day just crying, I just beside myself. And it wasn't until like that weekend. That was a Tuesday. That 9/11 was a Tuesday. And so we waited until the weekend after to celebrate his birthday. So, the pain has subsided from that day, but it still kind of lingers, and it still sucks that, his birthday is associated with that awfulness. But he and I went to see a movie, because that's what we love to do, is the movies. And we went to see Denzel Washington's latest flick, The Equalizer 3. I'll tell you, I'm a huge Denzel Washington fan. I will see whatever movie that brother is in. I don't care what it is. Denzel painting a wall. I'm in there. But The Equalizer was good, not great. I'll say that. I liked the first one, definitely. I also liked the second one, not as much as the first one, but both the first and the second one had a lot more action than the third one did. Now, what the third one has going for it is that it takes place in Italy, and the scenery is absolutely gorgeous. It's gorgeous, my friends. I tell you, it's gorgeous. So, I still recommend it. If you're a Denzel Washington fan, you won't be disappointed. He is a badass, It was fun. I liked it. Okay, so let's see. What's next? On the same topic of movies, let's talk about this funny movie from the 80s. I think it was the 80s or maybe the early 90s. It was Beetlejuice, starring Michael Keaton. Hilarious movie. And I think he was talking about The Exorcist when he says, and it keeps getting funnier every time I see it. Now, one thing that doesn't keep getting funnier every time we see it is Lauren Boebert. She's not funny. And if I never get to see her again, it would be too soon. She is a complete joke, and she was escorted from the premises when she went to see Beetlejuice the musical in Denver, Colorado. She was booted. she was booted. She's a member of Congress. Booted. Like common rabble. Get your ass out of here. Why? What was she doing? She was vaping. She was talking loudly during the show. And what the hell else was she doing? And I think somebody said she was recording. Another person said she was taking pictures. In any case, they were pulled up on this. They were warned multiple times to not to do this. And then, these right-wingers, they don't like to be told what to do. They don't like to follow the rules, and they don't like to be held accountable. So Bobo was kicked the hell out, and people heard her and her companion saying, "Do you know who we are?" Excuse me. I love the fact that they tried that "Do you know who we are" thing. It's hilarious. It's just like, it's so cliche. Do you know who we are? Yeah. And get your ass out of here. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Yes, son of my bee. Riffraff. Common riffraff was the phrase I was looking for. And this picture reminded me of riffraff. One of her fellow riffraff, Matt Gaetz, went and put his big boy pants on today and stepped up and said that they were going to unseat Kevin McCarthy, do what they want him to do. Hey, Watcher Soko, I see him, my friend. Welcome, Watcher Soko. Yeah, so Matt Gaetz wants to hold Congress and America hostage with his demands, his budget demands. They don't want to pay for this. They don't want to pay for that. They don't want to pay for all of these programs that are helping Americans that they often try to take credit for. Yeah, very popular infrastructure programs. Who doesn't like infrastructure? Who doesn't like a new bridge or a repaired bridge? Huh? Who doesn't like jobs? Because these infrastructure programs are creating jobs, right? So they love to vote against them, and they also love to take credit for them. So Matt Gaetz is trying to hold Kevin McCarthy's feet to the fire. They still have a beef between each other since that night. That night when it took 15 rounds for Kevin McCarthy to secure the gavel for the House leadership role. And you remember this scene here? I'm sure Matt Gaetz' life flashed before his eyes. They had to hold that dude back. Mr. Toupee, they had to hold him back from hurting Matt Gaetz. So the big news for today was that, before we move on to the big news, just a reminder, since we've hit that midpoint of the show, if this is your first time watching the show, please remember to hit the subscribe button and also hit the like button. Even if you're watching this on replay, absolutely, please just hit that like button, even if I made you smile just a little bit. If you resisted the urge if you had to resist the urge to smile because I said something funny, go ahead and hit that like button. All right. President Joseph R. Biden, aka Dan Alaska says, when I have to wait during road construction, I smile and I think to myself, oh, John Brandon. Yeah. I would not be thinking go dark, Brandon. I would be thinking I hate traffic. But Dark Brandon has done a lot of good in a relatively short period of time that he's been in office. He's done a lot of good. First of all, he's been busy signing things, signing bills. He signed the American Recovery Act. The American Recovery Act helped pull this country out of a ditch. He signed the Inflation Reduction Act, which people argue that the Inflation Reduction Act may or may not really have affected inflation in a positive way. It might not have reduced inflation. I think it remains to be seen. I think it's one of those things that you just kind of have to let it play itself out. There's a lot of stuff in there that's not inflation related. There's stuff in there that's for climate change. Actually, most of the good stuff is climate change. Yes, Laurie Donahue, it is late night OMG. And yes, WJ Rasmussen, Biden is a good person indeed. So yeah, he's been signing bills with Chuck Schumer hanging over his shoulder. What did he? The infrastructure, the PACT Act, which helps veterans that were affected by burn pits. Very important. There's the CHIPS Act, which is bringing semiconductor manufacture back to the United States. I can't even tell you how big a deal that. Let me explain to you how big that is, right? Briefly. Not too long ago, maybe in the past 2 years, there was a slowdown on repairs for cars. A big slowdown. And that was because there was a shortage of chips Why was there a shortage of chips? Because they had to come from overseas, from Asia. We didn't have enough here. Well, that's going to change. That's going to change because semiconductors are going to be manufactured here in the good old US of A. So there's a lot of terrific things that President Biden brings to the table and he has accomplished. Damn, where did that come from? That's not right. Let's see. Okay, here's a picture of classified documents from Mar-a-Lago. The other guy, the former guy, that's what he has. That's his legacy. That's the legacy he leaves behind, is a legacy of crime strewn all over the place, the way his files were strewn all over the place. You see what I did there? Yeah, but President Biden's biggest crime is having a son named Hunter that he loves very dearly. That's his biggest crime. Yeah, seriously. If Republicans could pin a crime on Joe Biden, not only would they, they would have already done so. Not only would they have already done so, we'd have the evidence already. The evidence would be out there everywhere you could possibly see it. You go to get some Chinese food, there's evidence right there. it would be all over the place. But right now, they don't. They have whistleblowers that are turned up missing. They just disappear. They have no evidence. They have witnesses who come in, that they bring in to testify. And when they testify, the guy says, no, Joe Biden, sorry, he didn't do anything. I didn't see him do anything illegal. So yeah, Republicans have been busy focused on Hunter and his laptop. They've been focused on outrage behind Bud Light for some reason. They can't let this woman, Dylan Mulvaney, they can't leave her alone and let her live her life. M&Ms, Tucker Carlson and Republicans feel that they're upset that the M&Ms aren't sexy enough. But no real issues, nothing. So they have nothing. They have no bills, no legislation, no improvements. They're in charge of the House. You guys are in charge of the House. Do something. Do something for Americans. Like when Democrats had the House, we were busy creating bills, passing bills. They're not doing anything. Just, trying to gin up fake outrage. I remember the other day, Ted Cruz made up a controversy. He tried to say that the Biden administration wanted people to ration their beer down to like 2 cans of beer. That's nonsense. That's not even a thing. It's not even a thing, Ted. Any person with half of a brain, with 2 working brain cells, could have figured that out. So they have nothing, no evidence, and what do they want to do? They want to impeach President Biden. I think, and ban books. Yeah, they're banning books all over the place. So today, Kevin McCarthy announced an impeachment. He's opening an impeachment inquiry. So there's a difference between impeachment and an impeachment inquiry. The impeachment inquiry is basically like a fact-finding mission. We don't have a crime yet, but we're going to find one. We believe that a crime was committed. We're just not sure what it was, right? And it's going to cost millions of dollars. The taxpayers are going to pay for it. And really, we know that President Biden is not guilty of anything, but we want to make it look as though he's guilty of something. We cannot just sit on our hands and do nothing while the guy who is the head of our party is implicated in so many crimes. They can't do nothing. So they're doing an impeachment inquiry. Now, he thinks he's doing an impeachment inquiry because actually he can't do an impeachment inquiry without getting approval. It has to go to a vote. Didn't you know this, Kevin? Didn't you know this, Kevin McCarthy? God damn it, you fool. And besides, Democrats are not going to just sit on their hands and let you go off on President Biden. And let me see if I can share with you. Let me just share with you something that, where is it? Something that Hakeem Jeffries said today.
President Biden next week. House Democrats will defend President Biden today. We will defend President Biden tomorrow. We will defend President Biden next week. We will defend President Biden next month. We will defend President Biden next year. We will defend President Biden until the very end.
I heard that. Yeah. That, my friends, is Hakeem Jeffries, hopefully the next Speaker of the House, because I can't imagine how Republicans are going to attempt to launch an impeachment on a highly popular, highly productive president and not kick those fuckers out of office. I don't see it. The last time Republicans launched an impeachment probe, it was against President Clinton in the 90s. And his popularity shot up to, like, he had his approval rating was in the 70s. In the 70s. I can't remember. I don't think President Obama ever had approval rating in the 70s. And I also saw something pretty funny today. It was our friend John Fetterman. Let me see if I can share this with you too. This is pretty funny.
About this news that Speaker McCarthy has formally launched an impeachment or has said he's going to.
Oh my God, really? Oh my gosh, it's devastating. Ooh, don't do it. Please don't do it. Oh no.
So we're gonna run back to the office,
That was great. John Fetterman. I did not know that guy had jokes on him. He was good. I'm happy to see John Fetterman feeling well enough to start joking again. That Fetterman's reaction was classic indeed. Yeah, it feels like that moment. I don't know if you guys remember President Obama debating Mitt Romney back in 2012. Was it 2012? And Mitt Romney was about to say something, like he was about to put his foot in it, and President Obama said, "Proceed, Governor." And right when he said that, you were like, "Oh man, you done did it to yourself now." Yeah, proceed, McCarthy. Proceed. I can't imagine any way that this works out for Republicans. Half of them admit that that there's no evidence. They know this. In fact, there are moderate Republicans in their caucus. Hey, Power Beard, what's up, my friend? I see you there. This is my new friend, you guys, Power Beard. As he's in all of my replies. I love you, buddy. What the hell was I saying about Kevin McCarthy? The vulnerable moderate Republicans, that they do not want this. They don't want this at all. They are in districts that President Biden won and won big or won, comfortably, that means that they have to toe the line. They have to stay as close to the center as possible if they want to be reelected. So, assuming that they move forward with this impeachment inquiry, and then that leads to an impeachment hearing, boy, Hakeem Jeffries will be our next Speaker of the House. And let's see, we have Tabor Talk. Love your X feed, Joe from Jersey. Every tweet. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Yeah. So, any questions, you guys? Because let's see, we're at about 45 minutes now. What I am attempting to do is pull back the time on these broadcasts, not because I don't like talking to you guys about stuff, but I'm just trying to tweak this show a bit. And yes, Samantha, Powerbeard is a good guy, indeed. Very good. In fact, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Powerbeard, I believe he used to be a Republican and now he's on our side. And that's I like that. There's lots of folks who used to be Republican and they're on our side. Just check out his feed, check out his replies, retweets. He's a very, very good guy. Trump Reaper says, I'm a real centrist and catch loads of hell about it. Nec dextrosum, nec sinistrosum. Okay. Trump Reaper, I'm gonna need a translation for your Latin, your Latinus. So anyway, as I was saying, I'm trying to tweak the format of this show. Maybe I feel like maybe some people look at my runtime and they think it's a little bit too long, an hour 15, hour and a half. Maybe it's too long. So I'm trying to tack it back a bit and see maybe if that helps out some. To the right or to the left. Some people think that I'm a centrist. My sister Ari calls me moderate dad. not even Brooklyn dad, moderate dad. She's kind of far to the left there, but yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with being center. I feel like some things I feel strongly about, like social justice issues, I feel very strongly about. I won't back down from those. But I also feel like sometimes our social justice things can go a little bit too far. And do I have an example right now? No, but I can say in general, when you see people on the right complain about the cancel culture, yeah. So there's some instances I think where people on our side, people on the left, have rushed to judgment too quickly and do want to cancel folks maybe for something that is you could call an honest mistake. If it's somebody who knew better and they were just doing it just to be an asshole or whatever, then so be it. I also don't believe in cancel culture. I believe in accountability culture. Yeah, people don't really get canceled, but they are held accountable for their actions. And I think as long as, if you point out that somebody's behavior was unacceptable, it was wrong, it was offensive, it was hurtful, it was abusive or whatever, and that person, if they're able to look at it and say, you know what, you're right, I'm very sorry, and not one of those bullshit, if you were offended if you were offended thing, because that's not a real apology. That's like, I'm sorry you took it that way. No, fuck you with that bullshit ass apology. Take that shit back. I don't need that. Hey, Lumpy Girl. Long time no see, my friend. Good to see you. Lumpy Girl is here. And yes, WJ Rasmussen, Aziz Ansari, I think. I don't remember what happened with that brother, but he's funny. He's a very funny comedian, and something happened with him. I don't remember what the fallout was. Yeah, so it's so good to see so many of you folks from the old days when I was just doing this show on my phone. I was just like holding my phone up. I'm like, hi guys. I was back in the day before I was all high tech. Oh, look at that. This is interesting. WJ Rasmussen says, and as with other similar YouTube content, too long is something I might click off on. So that's interesting. Good to know. All right. And you guys, I am wide open for feedback on what I do here. If you have some suggestions for me, I would love to hear them. You know, I want to improve this show. I want to continue bringing it to you. I know I've fallen off a bit because it's kind of, well, I've been kind of busy also, but it's tough to sometimes it's tough to do the show on a regular basis here. Trump Reaper says, can I buy a signed copy of The Littlest President with you and wifey signing it under the drawings of you? The book is still coming true. I think so, but I want to hold off on that because I'm seriously going to attempt to complete book number 2, because now it seems like it makes sense. Before, when I first started, I wasn't even sure that anybody was going to bring indictments against Trump, let alone have the possibility of a conviction. So that's I feel like that is within the scope of possibility right now. I think that can absolutely happen. All right, you guys. If you have no questions for me, let's see. Where's my music? Cheddar biscuits there. Yeah. Okay. If you have no more questions for me, thank you for joining me for another fun episode of. I'm your host, E.A. And if you have not yet gotten your shot, well, you're screwed. No, there's still time. There's still time for you to get your shot. Although, honestly, I just heard that they're going to start like rationing the shots. They're gonna tell people which ones are prioritized, whatever. I think there's like a shortage for some reason. Keep your social distance 6 feet or better. I still believe in social distance. I don't want people right up on me. I know. Back the hell up. And I will see you guys next time. I love you all. Peace. Let's see if I can get a graphic up there. There we go. Hey. All right, Cindy C. I will see what I can do to tweak the audio thing. I'm going to have to listen to the audio after the show. Everybody listen to Punxsutawney Mo says we can't count on the courts to settle this. We must vote. Agreed. All right, here's a question from Power Beard. Idea do X space where you take cues on video. Not sure it's a good idea. That's funny. Originally, I was thinking about doing that here. I might beta test that. That's yeah. I've already been thinking about doing that. I was originally thinking about having my subscribers on the show to take questions. I think I might do that. Yep. Crystal Ward is still wearing a mask inside public places. All right. Responsibility. Hey, don't worry, Meredith Powell. You can always catch the replay, my friend. Good to see you. Hey. General Putnam. Hey, gang was all here tonight. Good to see you, my friend. You too, Carol Carson. You too. I got you. All right, you guys. Well, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. You need to leave.